Cardano price sees a very important bounce as the network continues to grow. Today, SundaeSwap Labs is live. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for your patience as we're traveling right now. And I know the quality is not the top best, but we're working with it. And I'm really excited with what's going on in Cardano. So thanks for your patience. Let's jump into it. A huge, important bounce for Cardano. Want to dig into those charts in a few minutes. First, I got a note. SundaeSwap has arrived, everybody. Swapping enable 4:45 p.m. Eastern. There's their tweet. Creating pools and depositing liquidity is now live. And this is a big day for SundaeSwap Labs, obviously, but a big day for the community. So many of us excited about this project for months and months and months, watching them develop, watching them grow, watching them pivot as they learn new things in regards to Cardano Network. It's been exciting. Today's a really big day in that regard, and it's fun just going on Twitter, and you can just see, there's a lot of hype about the project right now on Twitter. It's fun to go through that stuff. So cool day for Cardano, cool day for SundaeSwap Labs. We're going to track it as these things go live, like swapping, for instance, later today. Chain activity, really want to point out real quick, everybody, because this is intriguing as all of this is transpiring. $7.63 billion in transaction volume, 24-hour, and Ethereum, just for a nice comparison, $9.92 billion. And an update on that, that's $39 million in fees on Ethereum. That's $76,000 in fees on Cardano. That is epic. That is ridiculous. That is extremely telling what Cardano is building. So as this happens, and I just want to throw this out there if you missed my last video, please keep in mind, IOHK is going to be optimizing Cardano blockchain. It's going to be a little laggy. It's going to be a little congested, but the pipelining, right? The input endorsers, the 3 hard fork combinator events this year, all of these optimizations to appropriately scale ADA and scale Cardano, it's going to happen, everybody. It's happening. It's planned. IOHK has been ready for this moment. And so I'm very confident in this blockchain. I'm very confident in what is happening with Cardano, even with some congestion. I think it's part of the process. I think it's important, and time will tell. We're going to see. But I think Cardano is going to do just fine and prove itself. Once again, let's dive into the charts. Before we dig into that daily chart, that crazy daily charts, and even the 6-hour, I want to point something out. I have noted on the screen hot zone on the weekly. And to me, this is an area that Cardano is in right now. We have to be very careful of. We have to be very mindful of. And it is the 50-week moving average. And it's like $1. What is that? $1.62, $1.63? Right down to pretty much where Cardano just was. This $1.30, the lower $1.30s. And you can see, interestingly enough, this entire weekly candle, and if you can see it, let me zoom in on the screen. This entire weekly candle has seen much volatility, and let me get rid of this rectangle. Much volatility in this exact hot zone, as we call it. It is the 50-week moving average. We're not on a daily chart, but down to the daily, the 50-day moving average. Cardano in that right now with a pretty ugly looking weekly candle. So there are 3 days, 9 hours of this weekly candle left. Let's see what happens. Be very careful. I just want to say that. But first things first, the first step to recovery, the first step in this bullish continuation has occurred. And we talked about it in the last video. I want to show a quick clip for context to what we're about to look at. Here's what could be very much included in this story. That is throwbacks to those trend lines. Oftentimes when we're seeing, especially a 20-day moving average cross above the 50-day moving average, in that move, we could see Cardano revisit those moving averages, right? I said that Cardano was close to $1.60, right around $1.59 at the time. I said that because this is so often what happens. It's not because I'm some amazing technical analysis predictor, everybody, and I'm not. This is not financial advice. This entire video is me tracking the data with you. I want you to understand that and remember that, please. I'm like on this journey with you. I'm just hanging out here on the charts with you. And this is the move. As we did the video, we were right back here in the $1.59 range. And look at this on the daily chart. Look at this on the daily chart. We got the move right to the moving averages. And at that 50-day moving average, currently, this green candle in the green with a bounce off of the 50-day moving average, that blue line, it's what we want to see, right? In terms of if Cardano's going to make the test, the grueling test, put us through that situation, we want to see this happen. Support, immediate support. Cardano's not out of the woods yet, though. You can see this Fibonacci. Cardano broke below it. We did not want to see that, but it's okay. It's truly okay. But now this entire Fibonacci is a zone that we have to keep an eye on, all within this weekly hot spot that we just tracked on the weekly chart. Cardano is in massive resistance right now, and I think a lot of it has to do with the state of crypto markets. Cardano's going up against a lot in the midst of massive growth. So there's a lot to keep. There's a lot from a technical analysis perspective. There's a lot from a market sentiment perspective, especially with what Bitcoin's going to do, with what all crypto markets are going to do, that could very truly well keep Cardano down, right? And that's just the same for all altcoins and all cryptos. But right now, Cardano has been oversold. Cardano, in my view, has an explosive move to the upside, just waiting. And it's already outperformed the markets, in the last days. So we're going to see if that continues to happen. But resistance is true. But first things first, this support at the 50-day moving average is extremely good to see that happen. We have to keep tracking it. Still 8 hours, 21 minutes of this current daily candle. Can we get an even stronger daily candle to the upside? Maybe as SundaeSwap Labs is launching, as the day is progressing. We'll see. Time will tell. We want to see continued support at the very least at these moving average areas. And by the way, the 50-day moving average right around $1.34, the 20-day moving average around $1.30. So support around the $1.30 to $1.34 area is something we can keep track of, be mindful of. Remember, we're trying to see if this 20-day moving average, if we can get that 20-day moving average cross above the 50-day moving average. And this is oftentimes how it plays out, just revisiting these trend lines. So let's track that. Let's see what's going on. The failsafe support, I think, is always important to mention, because if we see continued downside in these markets, right, if Cardano fails to get that breakout, I want to give you the perspective of the opposite end of the spectrum, which is that last swing low to swing high. We have the support down here, $1.28 at the 618 to the 786 around $1.19. This entire area down there. Now notice that's confluent with this larger term lower trend line. Sorry, getting a call. Knew that would happen. That's confluent with this lower trend line that we see here, and that lower trend line probably more illustrated on the daily chart. If we zoom out, this is really the ultimate move we're looking for. So there's that Fibonacci support we just looked at down here, potentially in play. We're looking for the move to the upper trend line for Cardano. Will that happen? Time will tell. We want to continue tracking it. We want to continue tracking the daily bounce off the 50-day moving average. We want to continue tracking these charts, see if Cardano can get back through this Fibonacci resistance that it was through for a very brief time, but we didn't get that separation, and we didn't get those consistent 6-hour closes above this line. Yes, we got a green candle close above, but quickly Cardano started falling back in this range. We want to see Cardano get back above the $1.42 to $1.52. But ultimately, everybody, I'm telling you, it's the hot spot zone up to $1.62, that 50-week moving average, that is key for Cardano. We'll be tracking it. Let's track SundaeSwap Labs. Let's see how it goes. Congrats to SundaeSwap Labs and the team. Appreciate everything you're all doing. Let's see what happens. Hit the subscribe. Hit the like. I appreciate all of you. I'm back to it. Hope you have a great day. God bless.